government is in possession of UAPs?
Absolutely, based on interviewing over 40 witnesses over 4 years.
And where?
I know the exact locations, and those locations were provided to the Inspector General and some of which to the intelligence committees.
The hearing was historic, entered into the congressional record for the first time, was testimony describing the physical characteristics of UFOs discovered by our military.
Is it true that you saw, in your words, a 40-foot flying tic-tac-shaped object?
That's correct. Or for some people that can't know what a tic-tac is, it's a giant flying propane tank. It actually had two little objects that came out of the bottom of it. But other than that, no windows, no seams, no nothing.
But it wasn't just spacecraft that was described. Our government has actual alien life forms.
Do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries. Yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still in the program.
But the number one question on Primetime's mind, are these aliens aggressive?
Has any of the activity been aggressive, been hostile in your reports?
I know of multiple colleagues of mine that got physically injured, and the activity
by UAPs or by people within the federal government?
Both.
So you either get assaulted by the aliens or assaulted by the federal government for talking about the aliens. But this isn't a joke. This information's so top secret, these whistleblowers are worried about getting murdered.
In the last couple of years, have you had incidences that have caused you to be in fear for your life for addressing these issues?
Yes, personally.
Former Department of Defense official Christopher Mellon joins me now. So, Christopher, what else can you tell us?
Well, I think a couple of things are clear from the hearing. First of all, our military is encountering vehicles that far surpass the capabilities of our own frontline aircraft. They're operating on a persistent basis in restricted military airspace. Sometimes they're jamming the sensors on our aircraft. So obviously this is far more concerning than lumbering Chinese balloons. This is something we have to get to the bottom of. The other thing I would say is it's very clear from the hearing today that there's a great deal of information that the government is still not sharing with Congress. The only question is how much information, how extensive is that information?
Are they not sharing it because they want to rip off the tech so other countries can't have it, or they just don't want to scare us?
It's hard to say. I don't know the answer to that question. I think in terms of the workforce, there's a sense of denial going on. I think there has been in the military for a long time. Generally, pilots don't report these things. When they do, people don't want to hear it. They don't want to talk about it. Nobody wants to engage on this topic. However, it is also clear that, at least at a senior level, there has been more investigation. There is more information that has been let on. So there was discussion of subpoenas today. I think that's appropriate in this context. We learned today they're withholding satellite imagery, for example, which we knew existed because President Trump's Director of National Intelligence acknowledged that we have that. Here we are years later.
That's low frequency radar. It's what crash landed at White Sands.
There's an example of critically important information.
Footage you're talking about.
New insights that's not being shared.
Sure, but it's now not just UFO technology. They're talking about the discovery of actual alien life biology. What does that mean?
That's what they're talking. What I'm distinguishing between here is information that the government has acknowledged that absolutely exists that has not been shared with Congress, and other information that may exist that has not been shared with Congress.
So there are aliens, we're saying.
What I'm saying is that I know that we have satellite imagery that has not been shared with Congress, and when Congress sees that, they'll have a better determination of, are these things going at velocities, and are they of a shape that defies, that helps clarify they're not Russian or Chinese, etc. So some of this information was new today. Mr. Grush, who's someone I've known for a number of years, provided, really startling testimony today. He's not a first-hand witness to these craft or to the beings on board. He does have access to people with the kinds of background and so forth that
So
lend credibility to his
that's what we
testimony,
need.
but that remains
Yeah.
to be
So
proven.
that's the last step to this. When you have an actual witness to the alien life to come forward with credentials from the Pentagon, then we're in the end zone. Until then, again, as you said, still a little mysterious. Chris, thank you so much.
Wow.
Yeah, my pleasure.